Look, if you're a solopreneur selling digital products, courses, consulting, services, you can actually ignore 90% of the features of High Level and run your entire business on the $97 a month price plan. Here's exactly how I do it. Hey, I'm Jason, faith-based entrepreneur, and I'll walk you through my minimal Go High Level stack. I'll talk about when you want to upgrade, if ever, and of course, all of the no fluff list of the 90% that you should definitely ignore if you are a solopreneur or content creator. So timestamps below, along with some other helpful links and resources, including a link to a 30-day free trial of High Level if you want to test it out. And when you check out High Level via our link, you'll get full access to our best performing funnel templates, a private community, some live strategy calls, along with a growing library of templates, tools, and trainings to help you grow and scale your business. Check that out via the top link in the description to learn more. Now, as we jump in here, just want to do a quick disclaimer because we'll go through my account. I'll show you the minimal stack, but we are not talking about starting a marketing agency here, and we're not talking about affiliate marketing. So this is specifically from the perspective of you as a content creator or solopreneur where you have your own business. So we're going to stick with the $97 a month price plan. We're not going to talk about reselling or doing your own SaaS business because that's a whole nother can of worms. And honestly, most people who try that aren't a good fit for it anyway. So we'll eliminate 40% of the features of High Level right off the bat there. So I just wanted to make that clear as we dive in. So here's everything you can do on the $97 a month price plan. And of course, it starts with scheduling your content, right? So if you create content to grow your business and attract customers, High Level has a built-in social planner. So it'll save you 10 to 20 bucks a month on Buffer or whatever other social planner you're using. You can see here, I have some past scheduled posts for LinkedIn. And what's nice about using their social planner is, of course, you can post to multiple accounts and, of course, multiple places. So that is a big feature that I actually use quite a bit that a lot of people don't know about. And so you can schedule all of your social posts through High Level. Just choose the accounts you want to post to. They have nice little previews over here. And of course, they have some nice basic analytics for you as well. And just like a full-blown social media scheduler, you can have all of your accounts, choose the platforms you want to post to. You have nice little previews over here, what it'll look like. And of course, you can always add more social platforms. So once you're creating and posting your content, you probably want to grow an email list. And that's pretty much what every creator business needs to do next. So there are two strategies that I like to use. The first, most basic, is of course just offering a newsletter. People can sign up via their name and email, and then you can send them automated emails or weekly broadcasts, just like you would with something like a Substack. The other strategy that I really like to use, though, is using High Level's funnels. Everything I'm showing you is available on the $100 a month price plan. And so what I'll do is I will create a simple lead magnet inside of my social post. Say, hey, if you like this post, I have this free playbook, guide, templates, audit checklist. And then people can go ahead and click download now. They'll enter their name and email, and then I can follow up with them via email using something called workflows. We're keeping this high level, no pun intended, so I won't go through all the crazy automations you can do. But something else that you can do is actually start selling your own products and services. And so this is an example of one of my courses that I sell via High Level. So this is a full-blown sales page, and it's a basic drag and drop builder. And then once someone clicks the button to start the checkout process, I open up a checkout, and you can add something called an order bump. Now, if you're new to funnels, an order bump just allows you to add on an offer to whatever it is someone's purchasing. The best example of this is when you're at the checkout line in the grocery store and they have all those tabloid magazines and all the gum and the candy and the stuff you probably shouldn't be buying, but it's just sitting there, and it gives the grocery store an extra couple bucks on orders. And so that's what you do here. And then if someone decides to purchase from you, Go High Level also allows you to do something called upsells. I don't care what type of digital product you're selling. If you are comparing different softwares, you need upsells. It's not optional. And so what this does is this page pops up right after someone checks out, and it essentially gives them a massive discount on another offer. And with one click, it adds it to their order. The reason that this is so important is upwards of 60% of your sales volume will come from these pages. Even if you sell like a $5 product and you have like a $10 upsell, you only need a couple people to buy to all of a sudden quadruple your earnings. So it's a really powerful strategy. I'll leave a link in the description to a full-blown guide that goes through how funnels work and of course building all this from scratch. And so once someone purchases, we can give them a nice confirmation page. And then, of course, they're taken to our courses. So you can have a full course library. You can also create communities as well, on par with something like a circle or a school. And they actually have a communities marketplace now, so there's discoverability. And then this is what one of the course templates can look like. They have a bunch of different designs, but I like keeping it basic. And so what you just saw is a full stack digital product business. And just as a quick mention before we move on, you can also create an e-com store, and they do have the ability to create calendars, something like a Calendly, if you want to book coaching or consulting calls and even collect payments for that because they integrate with Stripe and PayPal and everything else. So even though I don't use the e-com, I just want to show you e-com is here. So if you want a digital product store, you can go ahead and do that. And so that is everything you can do to sell your courses, sell your digital products, create communities, even manage some high ticket, coaching groups, or even doing consulting if you want. And you can do all of that on the $100 a month price plan. So if you have any questions about the limitations, or if you're concerned that high level's going to be more expensive for some reason because you've read horror stories of people paying more than they thought, go ahead and comment below. More than happy to reply to every single one. Now, I do want to go over, if this is the 10% that I do think you need as a solopreneur content creator, then what is the other 90-ish% that you definitely should ignore or high level has that's going to help you scale in the future? Because unless you're doing six figures, you probably don't need to pay high level more than $100 a month for the base and then for automated emails, which I'll get to in a moment. So to keep myself from rambling, I've gone ahead and made a list here. So I'm going to be looking at my laptop as we go through this section. And these are the 9 features that I think are cool, but you definitely can just ignore. So number 1, of course, is going to be the agency reseller white label. I think this is the most confusing and probably the stuff that you've seen shared across social media everywhere. In fact, this is why I completely ignored high level for years. And essentially, if you want, you can pay high level $300 or $500 a month, and then you can resell it to clients, or you can white label the entire platform and then sell it as your own software. Really great if you want to be a marketing agency. The rest of us, it's completely useless and you can just ignore it and use high level like a normal marketing platform. Number 2 is they have a bunch of telephone and SMS features. If you're a solopreneur content creator, completely ignore these. I don't think it's necessary at all for you to try and set up your own phone system, let alone try and doing SMS marketing, because it just adds an extra layer of headache to your business that you don't need to cross your first 6 figures. The next one is the all-in-one inbox, which is really cool. It allows you to essentially have conversations with the same person across Facebook or Instagram and then via email, and it puts everything in one place. And really, this is overkill. Even if you're a coach or consultant, this is a feature that sounds really cool, but will wind up burning you out really fast. And so what I like to tell coaching students is, hey, don't communicate with people across 3 different platforms. Tell them to book a call with you. If they don't, just move on, right? So it's a feature that sounds cool, but until you have a team, definitely ignore it. So I'll go a little faster now. They have advanced sales pipelines, so you can do like weighted forecasting, estimate models. You can send proposals. They have local SEO, reputation management, SEO tools, optimizing your Google business profile. You can have WordPress. You can resell WordPress. E-com store, even though I showed you that, I still think it's something that you definitely don't need to use. You can also create a membership app, so an actual proper iPhone or Android app for your membership site. Again, I think it's overkill. And then finally, they have conversational AI agents, so you can have an AI chatbot or web widget pretty much anywhere you can imagine. But you really don't need those until you're doing 5 or 10K in sales a month. Again, it's a cool feature that you're definitely going to want to grow into, but not something you want to get distracted with right now. And I think that's kind of the weird balance with Go High Level, where I showed you the 10% that you actually need to get to your first 5, 10K a month consistently. All these other things will help you scale once you reach that 6 figures, maybe 7 or 8. I know I'd like to scale to that one day. And one of the reasons I'm so happy with High Level is it gives me everything I need right here and now without paying $300 or $500 a month for a bunch of features that I won't need for another, 9 months to maybe a year or two more, because at the end of the day, we don't really know how long it's going to take us to get to our 6 figures, 7 figures, and for the few of us that make it to 8. So I do hope that this was helpful in terms of showcasing that you really can build your entire digital product creator business $100 a month with about 10%, maybe 15% if we're being a little more generous, of what High Level has to offer, and all the other tools and abilities High Level has, you can grow into. But most importantly, don't get distracted by all the AI and messaging features that they have, because you seriously do not need to use them in order to crack your first 5 to 10K. Now, as we wrap up, I'll leave a link in the description to a full-blown review that goes through comparing High Level to other softwares like ClickFunnels, Kartra, Kajabi, even School or StanStore and Systemi, because there are some pricing differences that you need to be aware of with High Level's $100 a month price plan versus some of the others, specifically when it comes to email. So realistically, everything I showed you is going to be $97 a month, and you're probably going to pay another $20 to $30 for sending emails. I know it's super confusing, but High Level doesn't include email sending inside that price point. So I just wanted to add that at the end because that causes a lot of confusion, but I'll leave a link in the description to the full-blown review so you can see how High Level stacks up to some of those other options. And again, make sure you check out that link at the top of the description to grab a 30-day free trial of High Level. You get all of our top-performing funnels directly into your account. You don't have to wait to be a paying customer. We also include a private community. You can ask me questions, even if you don't want to hop on a live call. And then, of course, we have a growing library of templates, tools, and trainings to help you grow and scale your business. So thank you so much for watching. Sincerely hope this gives you a much better picture and focused picture of what you can do with High Level. Make sure you click that link at the top of the description, comment below with any of your questions, subscribe, and until the next, keep building the business you love.